You are standing in a room where you know everyone, and you know no one. A birthday party, a friend of yours, their crowd, music, plates left on the windowsill. People are glad to see you, actually glad. You laugh on cue and ask someone about work. 40 minutes in, you step out onto the balcony. It's cold. A car passes below, and for the first time all evening, you exhale. 5 minutes later, you go back in. Nobody noticed you were gone. The usual explanation is simple. Introvert, long week. That is not it. You are not bad with people. You got very good at them. That is where this started. Here I'm going to show you what you have been paying for all these years, and why the bill has probably already arrived. You just did not recognize it. Let's start with where you built the first mask. 15 years old, a new group, and you say something honest. And the room goes quiet for half a second. Half a second. Nobody said anything. Nobody laughed. But you remembered the sentence you never say again. It happens again at your first job, then somewhere you wanted to stay. Every time, you are not lying. You just remove one detail. And by 30, you have a set, sharpened over years. What to say and where to stay quiet. A mask is a working tool. You built it yourself to be let in. It's still with you, in several versions. At work, there's a version of you that says less than you think. At the family table, the one that leaves half the topics alone. With the old crowd, the one that laughs at jokes that stopped being funny 5 years ago. None of them is a lie. Each one was a pass. And after enough rooms, the question in your head quietly changes. You stop asking whether they like you. That answer is usually yes. What you start asking is which version of you they like. You were never rejected. You were let in on installments, in pieces, in character. Carl Jung, the psychiatrist who first took this apart, gave it a name: the persona. The mask the psyche puts on to deal with the world. And he warned about one thing. The danger is not in wearing it. The danger is in losing track of where it ends and you begin. Now the mechanism. Every room you walked into charges rent. You pay in pieces of yourself. You did not say what you thought about someone else's call. You laughed when it was not funny. Separately, none of it costs anything. That is the trick. The bill never arrives in full, and then the mask starts to fit. You become easy, even, the one who gets invited. And the better it fits, the more people love someone who is not there. Look at how this works from the inside. Evening, everyone laughing, you're in the middle of the conversation. Someone tells a story and you come in on exactly the right beat. And in that same second, you catch yourself thinking how long until it's polite to leave. You are tired from the work you do around people. You are not having the conversation alone. There are two of you. You and the one they know here. And the second one never rests. It holds the expression when you're bored. It picks the words when you already know how this conversation ends. It stays when you want to leave. Then you come home. The door closes. The apartment is quiet. You leave the light off for a minute or two. You just stand in the hallway. Nothing happened. The evening went well. Someone even texted you that it was great. But your body behaves like you came off a shift. That is what makes this so hard to catch. You can enjoy the room and still be paying to stay in it. That is what rent looks like. Tiredness you cannot trace, so you write it off on work and on sleep. Then comes the side effect nobody warns you about. People praise you. They say you are easy to be around. And every compliment lands off to the side. It lands on the mask, and you stand next to it and listen to someone else's work getting praised. Then the bill arrives. No scene, no blow up, no conversation in the kitchen until morning. In a minute, I'll show you what it actually looks like. Here it is. A mask does not come off by decision. It wears out. One day, you simply cannot find the energy to put it on. You did not keep the conversation going. You did not go when before you would have gone. You did not outgrow those people. You stopped paying. And this is where everyone gets it wrong, including you. The room reads it as coldness.
as proof that you changed, when all you did, for the first time in years, was skip the extra payment. Look at how this shows up in your calendar. You used to get invited by default. They asked if you were free before the date was even set. Then you said no a couple of times. Then once more, without a reason. And 1 month you noticed they stopped asking you in advance. Now they write afterward. We got together last night. Too bad you missed it.
Nobody decided to cut you out. The function everything ran on simply closed. One day that coldness gets said out loud. Someone from the old crowd, at a table, half joking. You changed. You used to be easier. You nod. There is nothing to argue with. You were easier. What was easier was the extra you kept paying, and everyone read that payment as your character. So here is the law. The loneliness that arrives after this is not a diagnosis and not a punishment. It's a receipt.
A bill for the moment you stopped paying extra to belong. It feels like loss because it arrives right after losing people, but the payments ended, not your life. So what now? Become a recluse? Keep your distance, perform detachment? That is the same game turned inside out. Demonstrative coldness is a newer mask and a more expensive one. This is about something else. The mask stays a tool. You need it at work, in negotiations, anywhere you play a role and know that it's a role. It stops being your address. You do not live in it anymore. In practice, it's a few quiet shifts that nobody around you notices at first. You stop feeling a silence in a conversation just because it appeared. You leave the evening at the moment you wanted to, instead of the moment it became acceptable. And then there's a simple test. Look at the people around you and name the ones you do not need to recover from. That is your real circle. It's usually smaller than you thought, and it costs nothing. It grows from one side only. You stop filtering yourself at the door. Some people leave after that. Let them. The point was never to become harder to love. The point was to stop making being loved a full-time job. One last thing. Meant to be alone is the wrong phrase. You will be alone exactly as long as belonging costs money. As long as getting into any room asks you to leave part of yourself at the door. Loneliness here is not the ending. It's the pause between two ways of being with people, paid and unpaid. Most people go back to paying because the silence scares them more than the bill does. Some hold the silence and meet the ones who never send a bill. Silence is not a reward. It's cheaper than everything you paid before it. Tell me in the comments, which room did you spend the longest in as a different version of yourself? Work or home? If this is you, subscribe. There will be more of it here.